Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm talking about the Fender Squier debut Stratocaster. So I was recently talking about Squier and said I'd like to have some other Squier guitars on the channel because I was very impressed with the ones I've seen so far. So I was going to start off by looking at the higher end Squiers, but this guitar was on sale on Amazon. You can get this on Amazon if you're in the US or the UK. I'll put the link below. I got it for $99 on sale. They're usually around $119, $120. So a great price for a beginner guitar. I have been asked a lot over the years, what guitar should I get? And of course, because I'm a fan of gear, I usually say, oh, check out the $1,000 Fenders, check out the $500 Yamahas. And people usually look at me in disbelief, like, why would I get that? I don't play the guitar yet, I'm just trying it out. So for me, this could be a great option. At this price, you can afford to get it. Try it out. If there's any major issues, it could go back to Amazon. And I'd love to see if I can find a guitar that I can recommend to beginners. A colleague of mine at one of my gigs is actually looking for a guitar in this price range. So I said to him, I'll check this one out. And if I feel it's good enough, he can buy it from me, knowing that it's ready to go. So let's see if it is ready to go. Let's unbox it and take a look. Here we go. Right, so it's wrapped like this. Obviously at this price there's no case. I would advise you to go out and get a case for your guitar to protect it, especially in the colder winter months. You do get a little package here with your trem arm and some adjustment tools, which is nice. Good to have that. And again, as a beginner, it's good to learn how to do basic maintenance and how to operate the guitar. I was just thinking the other day at Guitar Center, a guy there was buying a guitar, a fairly budget guitar for himself. And I was thinking to myself, you're going to need possibly a setup, a strap, picks, strings, case, amplifier, cables, tuner. It's not just about the guitar, so I get it. This can become a very expensive hobby, as we know, and that's why it's good to go in slowly. And maybe I'll make more videos in the future about other accessories you'd need as a beginner guitarist. But it's packaged well, and it's got a fret protector on there. Let's take all that off. And what am I looking for here? I'm looking for damage predominantly, and then playability and any issues that would need to be addressed with the guitar. I'm going to be quite critical. Okay, so a satin finish. The sunburst looks very nice. Controls feel nice and sturdy. Selector switch feels good. The quality definitely feels like it's there. The bridge saddles here are recessed a little bit, so it's not digging into my hand. I like that a lot. The neck is a really nice feeling neck. It's not too fat, not too thin. Straight away, I can feel some fret spray. So the wood has shrunk a little bit, and then the frets obviously don't shrink because they're metal, so they are sticking out. They would need to be filed down. Now, that's not a huge deal. It can happen to even the most expensive guitars, especially this time of year. It would be probably $70 or something to have someone to sand those down so they don't stick out anymore. I had that with a Harley Benton once as well. It's a shame because the guitar doesn't really seem to need a setup. The action is super low. These feel like nines, easy to play and bend, and they're very low, but they're not fretting out. And that's really good. That's a great thing for a beginner. Also, this guitar is slightly smaller than the regular Strat. So again, very comfortable. It means it's light too. So it's light, it's small, very low action. If it wasn't for that fret spray, I'd say this is really impressive. I guess you could return it for another one and hope the next one doesn't have fret spray. I would probably humidify it as much as possible. And then if it doesn't get any better, if the wood doesn't come back, then take it to someone to have them filed down and leveled just on the edges here. And while they're at it, they could check out the rest of the guitar setup as well. That is a thing that can happen, especially in the winter months in a dry room. So just be aware of that. Right, I've tuned it up. I'm going to do some playing through it and see what I think of the sounds. I mean, it sounds like a Strat, right? That's the funny thing with a lot of these guitars that are Strats. The $100 Strats sound like a Strat, and the $10,000 Strats sound like a Strat. But I really like it. Look, the action's too low as well. The neck might need an adjustment as well. These are all setup things. This is very low to where it affects the tone in a negative way for me. I would leave it because for a beginner, the lower the better, I think. Like I said, this guitar is small and light, and with that super low action, it's going to be very easy to learn on. Someone else asked me recently about learning on an acoustic guitar. I said, get one of these, get a cheap electric guitar with thin 9-gauge strings. So it's not hard to play. Make everything easy to start with and then get an acoustic later on. A few other things I noticed. The hardware is great. And I just noticed the bridge as well. I love this kind of bridge. I actually want this bridge on my Strats, and it's only on, actually it's not on any of my Strats. I love this modern bridge. I don't like the vintage style bridges at all. I love that it comes with that. It's really nice. And as you notice, the trem stays in tune as well as any trem that I've got on other guitars. So I'm super impressed. If it wasn't for these sharper frets sticking out on the edges here, I would be blown away. This would be the guitar to recommend to anybody. The thing is, I would probably do, I always do, I would take it to a tech. So I would get this, I would try it. Look, I was just playing it in that demo. I didn't cut my hand on the frets or anything, so they're not terrible, but I would get it, play it, and if you do love it, and I think you will, then take it for a setup with someone that you really trust, someone that they tell you is really good. Have them fix all the minor issues and get it really dialed in really well. Maybe raise the action slightly to improve the tone once you've played for a few months. And you're going to have a great guitar that will last you possibly the rest of your life. It's great. I'm very, very impressed. So what did you think? I'm definitely going to recommend this to my friend. I really like it. Look, I wasn't expecting too much for $99. I've heard great things, so I was excited to check it out. It really is super impressive. I've just found that one issue which can be resolved with a basic setup. The funny thing is the setup will cost as much as the guitar probably, but that is the nature of the beast. Like they say, if you buy a new suit, you get it tailored. If you buy a new guitar, you have it set up. You might get lucky and get one that doesn't have fret spray. So if you've bought one of these, do let me know in the comments below if yours had any fret spray, and then we can share that information with each other. But I recommend this if you're in the market for your first guitar or even a backup guitar. Check out these Fender Squier debut guitars. They're great. All right, if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye-bye.